this Chinese guy has sued his wife for having ugly kids. His name is
Jian Feng.
Li. Basically, his wife had a, was it £100,000 worth of cosmetic surgery before they got married. So he didn't know. It's like, oh, she's beautiful. Yeah, she's beautiful. And then he started looking at his kids and thinking, at first he thought that she had an affair, and because he thought, these ugly kids can't come from me. I'm Li. We're a beautiful family, right? But it's like, you must have been going out of Wong or something, but it's not me. So after the DNA test, it turns out it is his kid. So he sued her and he was successful. How much did he sue her for?
$120,000.
That's a lot of dollar.
It hurts my heart to imagine that somebody would look at their child and think that thing is so ugly, that couldn't be mine. And then they would then sue their wife over it and win. I married my wife out of love. But as soon as we had our first daughter, marital issues began. Our daughter was incredibly ugly. Our daughter was incredibly ugly. Our daughter was incredibly ugly. To the point where it horrified me. I mean, come on now. First of all, as the child, how is that child gonna feel when she grows up and she knows that her father sued her mother because she was so ugly?
So he sued her for $120,000. My question is, he's had this child with her. What does he plan to do with this $120,000? You know, is he gonna get plastic surgery for the kid? What happens next?
I named my daughter Chun-Li because she looked like Street Fighter.
Hold tight, you lot, for the Chinese takeaway, though, boy. It's gonna be extra special.
If I was a bus driver.
If I was a bus driver, I'd drive my bus, I'd stop at bus stops and pick passengers up, and I'd let them off when they ring the bell.
If I was a bus driver, I'd install hydraulics and rims on my bus. Because I'm black.
I'll be one of those bus drivers that, you talk to them and just ignore you. It's like, and you're like, please, my kid's on fire. It's like, points at the sign. Don't talk to me while the bus is in motion. I'll be that guy.
What kind of bus are you driving that's shaking like? Is this like you're riding a tractor?
That's how I ride buses. I ride buses like tractors.
Who's riding that Route 32? If I was a bus driver, I would recognize that everybody on the bus pays my wage. Some people on this bus pay £75 for this whole month. So yes, I will listen to what you have to say.
If I was a bus driver, I would install a smellometer at the door. And if you get onto my bus smelling subpar, your ass is off. Don't even think about it. You're not gonna come around here and stink up my bus, ruin everybody's journey. Hell no. Go home, take a bath.
So how would this smellometer work? Is the people BO types come on the bus? Door close your face.
If I was a bus driver, I'd show up to my stops on time because I could recognize that people got places to be.
If I was a bus driver and you got on my bus without your Oyster card ready, Shoryuken!
If I was a bus driver, I'd install a music system so that these kids couldn't play their stupid iPhones, BBs, and Android systems on my damn bus, annoying everybody else. I play my own goddamn music. Have my playlist all day, every day, on my bus.
If I was a bus driver, I would pick up all the idiots, imbeciles, and jackasses, ride them along in my bus that, little to their knowledge, has been installed with a self-destruct function. And I would ride, get full speed, and leap out like I'm in GTA and let that thing blow up.
If I was a bus driver, I'd make my own goddamn way to wherever I'm going.
If I was a bus driver, I'd have every seat fitted with an ejector function. But I wouldn't fit the roofs for ejection capabilities. When I press that button, you're going up.
That's specifically for when these people want to keep pressing the bell.
How to know he's interested.
So here I was at work, eating my lunch, and a friend goes to me, Shay, Koolay. How do I know if a guy is interested in me? So I said,
let's approach this logically. If you have to question whether or not he's interested.
Now before I answer your question, let me pose a few questions to you. First of all, Is it his birthday? Okay. Question 2. Are you with him on his birthday? No. Oh, you're not with him on his birthday. He's not interested in you. You're probably a side piece. Did he text you this morning? He didn't text you this morning. That's when guys are most horny. He's not interested in you. Did he text you yesterday? Didn't text you. Didn't get a text. No notifications. Check your phone working, yeah? Phone's working. Charged. Not interested.
See, here's the thing. Guys are really simple creatures. When we're interested in things, we give it our attention. Maybe too much attention. So you'll know when a guy's interested because you might find just a little bit annoying.
Have you tested your internet connection? Okay, you have. It's not that. Okay. Doorbell's working, right? Did you change the batteries in your smoke alarm? Like, if you did all these things, wait a minute. If you've done all these things and you're still not getting that message back, if you message him on Facebook and you see that it says seen at this hour and it's an hour later, not interested. If you search his name in Facebook but nothing comes up, you try to invite him to like Candy Crush but his name doesn't come up, he might be blocked. I don't think he's interested.
If he tells you his washing machine's being If he tells you his washing machine is being repaired, he's not interested.
In fact, if every time you try to meet up with him, his washing machine is on the fritz, he's not interested.
For those of you who are slightly confused about this washing machine situation, there's a guy that we all know, not pointing any fingers, and he has a story to do with a girl in a washing machine, and they no date.
If his name is Jian Feng, he's not interested.
Oh my God, blood.
If he sues you for $120,000 because your child is so ugly, he's not interested.
If he names your daughter Chung Li because she looked like a street fighter, he's not interested.
If you go out on a date and you leave thinking the date went all well, and half an hour later you hear that he died, he's not interested.
If you text him and your mutual friends text him at the same time and they get replies but you don't, he's not interested. In fact, when I was younger, I had a house phone, we had Koolay ID. This girl kept calling. I used to tell my mum, please tell her that I'm in the shower. And one time I bumped into her because every day she'd call me and she goes, you must be the cleanest person I know. You're always in the shower. I'm like, listen, my washing machine is on the fritz. Sorry, I got to cancel one day.
If he doesn't let you on his bus, probably not interested.
If he tells you the bus is full, probably not interested. If you don't pass the smellometer test, he definitely ain't interested, goddammit.
If he sees you coming and suddenly becomes a tree,
Oh, you stole what I was saying.
he's not interested.
If he sees you coming and becomes a ghost.
If he sends you to the block district.
Now, on a serious note, if a guy's interested in you, he's gonna do whatever it takes to make something work. So if there's a problem with his washing machine, but he's into you, he'll be there. He'll be wherever. He'll tell you to come round if he's got to wait for that washing machine to get delivered, or if he's got no clean clothes, he'll wear bin bags. He'll make it happen if he's interested in you. So all you gotta think is, what signals am I displaying? Am I correctly showing this guy that I'm interested? You do that, and that's it. If you get nothing back, guess what?
But you know the real reason women are unable to tell whether or not a guy is interested? Because of that whole plain hard to get nonsense. Guys don't do that crap. If a guy wants you, he'll let you know that he wants you. Even if it's just that one thing that he wants. He may not outright say it, but you can tell by the signals you're receiving. But sometimes women, it's like you need to readjust your aerial. You still got your aerial up while everyone's moved over to digital TV and we don't know what's going on. Because you don't know what's going on. Remember what I said? Remember what I said before? And most of you don't know what you want? Remember? If you think you're lonely now, wait until tonight, girl.
Jay-Z and Barneys.
So there's a high-end store in America called Barneys. And recently they've been catching a lot of heat because they've been a lot of times because they've been racially profiled. racial profiling. They've been racial profiled because they've been racially profiling minorities. And Jay-Z, who is kind of like an ambassador for black people at the moment for some reason, he was gonna have a line for Christmas, and they were saying you should pull it. You know, they're racially profiling African Americans, and as an African American, blah 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 blah. So Jay-Z said, "Look, I'm not getting any money for this. This is just a charity line. What has this got to do with me, basically?" Which I agree. And this all kicked off because of one guy who I would have loved to sacrifice, but I can't. He saved up all his money for months on end to buy a Gucci belt. Why do black people buy the most stupidest things? He saved his money for months to buy a Gucci belt. You should be racially profiled for that.
If he had any sense whatsoever, he would have teamed up with the Weave Gang and got that belt for free.
Racial profiling happens all the time. It's not fair. In fact, it's not right. But it's okay.
I'm gonna make it anyway.
We're gonna make it anyway.
Shoot.
I just thought this. If Jay-Z puts clothes that black people like in a store that black people are not being treated fairly, obviously the store gonna have to start treating these people more fairly because they're gonna be a more common customer. So they're only gonna be shooting themselves in the foot if they racially profile them in that way. I didn't really think it made sense for anyone to be like, oh, this is an outrage, Jay-Z, you shouldn't put your clothes in there, etc. Because either way, it's gonna benefit, you know, that group, that minority group that are being racially profiled anyway.
Now, black people, come on. Nobody racially profiles black people more than black people. So you only got yourselves to blame, black people. Thank you.
Koolay's right. Racial profiling happens all the time, and it's heartbreaking sometimes. Sometimes it hurts my feelings. I was at work the other day. I was in the middle of the shop. A guy sees me from outside. He walks into the shop, past all the customers, past other members of staff. He walks straight out to me and says, "Do you know where KFC is?"
And you knew.
So he was right. That is positive racial profiling.
If you're in the middle of the damn shop store, eating chicken and dancing, what do you want? What do you want from the rest of the world? You're there like, you don't want to be racially profiled, dude. Come on. You're wearing FUBU. Who wears FUBU anymore? Black people.
Saved up for my Gucci belt. Gonna get me a Gucci belt. Friday night at 8. And I will not be late. Wear it to my date. Because I'm interested. And it's gonna be great. Great, 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 great. And I think we should stop trying to pull the race card all the time. I do understand that in the past, Barneys have done some questionable things. But that was in the past. Like, there's only positives to come from this type of deal or collaboration. So look for the positives in everything and chill.
This week's sacrifice. Dog owners.
Dog owners. I believe that all dog owners should go live on the Isle of Dogs and just be happy with dogs.
You know what I really don't like about dog owners? The people with dogs that aren't really dogs. Let me tell you something. If your dog is so small that it requires you to carry it because its stupid little legs get tired or it can't move fast enough to keep up with you, that's not a dog.
Wouldn't it be great if you can walk on the grass without stepping and stuff? Wouldn't it be great without dogs jumping up on you when you're with a girl and it's embarrassing? And for people like me who are scared of dogs, wouldn't it be great just to not be scared in the park and just be scared of muggers and stuff? That's the type of world I want to live in. And why do dog owners think that everybody loves dogs? Oh, he's friendly. He's all foaming at the mouth. It's like, no, he's really friendly. He's just playful. I'm like, he's showing me his teeth. He's showing me what he wants to do to me.
When you're having babies more frequently than your dog, and your grandmother, age 23, you need to not do that.
I'm not interested in no dogs. Another thing, girls, you have boyfriends. Why you gotta kiss your dog in the mouth? Do you know what he licks all day?
I think that's most probably the only thing I don't like about dog owners is when they kiss their dog in the mouth, all that saliva, and the dog, it's not hygienic. You need to not do that.
You're there tongue kissing him. He's not interested. His my washing machine's broke. So I can't make it happen.
And have your dog sleeping all over your bed? Your dog, it's not hygienic. You need to not do that.
And when you start looking like your dog, and your husband sues you because the kids are looking doggish, I think you've gone too far with the dogs.
That whole dog in a bed thing, never, ever in my house. And this is the thing, you have to accept people the way they come into a relationship. If you come into a relationship with me, you try to put your dog on my bed and punch both you and that dog in the throat.
If I meet you in a bar or something, and we exchange numbers and we get to talking, and you tell me you got a dog and I see pictures of you and your dog, and then you kiss your dog and I see that, I ain't interested.
For those of you that buy clothes for your dog, think about that poor young black man. Saved his little money to go to Barneys, get that Gucci belt. He's got to see dogs walking past with Gucci like collars. That's got to hurt him inside, you know? It's inconsiderate. You see, Chinese people get a lot of flack on this show. Everybody in the room knows where I'm going.
I just have to walk away.
But when it comes to dogs, the Chinese understand how they should be treated. You gotta treat them very special, right?